was almost a Dumont goal. I thought LA came out quickly. Obviously, they scored in the first minute, just picked our pocket and scored, and our, we're sort of in silence on the bench. You're hoping to rev up the crowd, and you're down 1-0. Half a minute into the game. So, and they sort of had us in our end a little bit, right out of the blocks, and then we started. Obviously the Dumont goal, I think, gave us some life, and I thought we played much better for the rest of the game for the most part. And I thought we had plenty of chances after that point, probably the last 10 minutes of the first, and I thought we played a real good second period. And, finally got a power play goal, a real big one, great play. Marty over to Arnie, and Arnie buried it. But I thought the second period we really had a lot going on, and if it had been 1-1 after 2 periods, might have been a little different story. But the 2-1 was gave us a little bit of breathing room, and they got us a reward for, I thought, a real good second period.
It was a big.
What's the book on Quick as a stick handler? I mean, is he vulnerable doing that, or is
no? Actually, our guys say he's not bad, but he's not the best at it. But he's a young guy, and anytime you put pressure, and obviously, they don't play a lot in our rink, and that. So you get a bounce off the board sometimes, and we jumped on that, and that's what you need to do.
Back on Erad for a second, 2 really nice passes on the 2 goals. His game's so well-rounded. Is this a night where he knows that maybe if he's not getting a lot of shots on, he can kind of help other ways?
Well, I think, it's decisions. Some nights you're going to get a lot of shots because you're in that position to shoot, and sometimes you're in that decision process where you're a little bit more of the playmaker. So, tonight he made a couple of real nice passes, and we converted on them. So, real good job, and I thought for the most part we didn't give up a lot of chances, a little bit too many in the third, but they had their push on, and it started with some of the penalties that we took.
Considering,
Go ahead.
Well, considering the amount of super skilled forwards, you have to be really happy with your defense tonight.
Yeah, I was happy with the group, and when you talk about defense, it's not only the defense core, it's all 5 guys on the ice plus your goaltender. So I was, for the most part, I was pretty happy. I think our coverages were pretty decent. Our 1-on-1s were pretty good, and I thought that you look at the ice times for most of our guys. I think there was contributions right through the lineup, and some of the lines didn't score. Like O'Reilly's line, I thought was really one of the better lines in the first period for us. When we got off to a slow start, they sort of got things turned around after Arnie's, or I should say JP's goal. That line gave us some good shifts, and that's how you build some momentum.
Seemed like a big progression from Tuesday night's play to the night's play, getting back in the swing of things.
Yeah, I think so. I watched a few games around the league last night, and you could really tell the difference between teams that had already got 1 game under their belt versus a team that was playing their first game. And I think as you're going to see, the games are going to get ramped up as you go along here.
When you add guys like Bridgestone and Colin Wilson to the power play, does it kind of get disjointed for a little bit there early?
Well, the more time that they have together, they're going to become very familiar with them, and just it's more the nuances. Obviously we have a little bit of a plan, but it's the nuances where guys know when to jump, and guys might have a cutback move, or those type of things where just the timing will help. But they're smart players. I was really happy with Willie's game. He was real strong on the boards. Got some chances. He protected the puck pretty well. So, and listening to Greg kept pucks in a few times, which was really good. And he moved the puck. He broke. Had some pretty good escapability. So I was really happy about that. But obviously the 2 points are real big against the. LA was 11-1-1. They've been the hottest team in the National Hockey League. So, and they play a very structured game. They're well coached. I know Terry Murray from our Washington days, and they don't really beat themselves. So we jumped on a couple things that happened to them. Obviously, the puck behind the net, and that's what you need to do against them because they don't give you a lot.
So kind of speaking of LA, I think this is the 6th straight win for you guys against them. Is there a way that you guys match up?
I don't really see any matchup. I didn't even know that, to be quite honest with you, but I sort of just play in the moment when it comes to that. But I do remember they had beat us, I think, 11 straight. So it sort of just, that's the way it is.
Getting past the trade deadline, was that kind of a relief? I mean, Hamhuis seemed to be kind of inspired tonight.
Yeah, well, I think, one of the things that when you get to the trade deadline, you have to make good decisions, good hockey decisions, and then David will tell you there was a lot, Hammer's name was out there a lot, and he's one of the premier defensemen that was in the, he's going to be a UFA in the summer, so, there was a lot of phone calls and there was some enticing things, and at the end of the day, I think, we decided this would be the best team that we would have based on deals, and as well as we looked at it from an organizational standpoint. Our fans have been loyal from day one here, and we didn't want to take a step backwards. We want to just keep going forward, try to make the playoffs, and see if we can take it to the next step after that. So from an organizational standpoint, I think we said this will give a good chance to win this team. And we felt a commitment to our fans and in the city of Nashville that our best product is here right now, and picking up Dustin Boyd I think was a real one of those underrated ones that'll go under the radar, but I think it'll pay dividends for not only this year but probably next year and maybe some more years after that.
You expect to see him in tomorrow? Or
the plan, yeah. Just obviously we need to get a player from a Canadian team coming into the States. There's a little longer process. Obviously, it's Grebeshkov coming in with Edmonton. You're already in the country, and it's sort of a direct hit to the immigration office. A little more red tape when you're coming from Canada. So, yeah, if everything goes well, he will be in Detroit tomorrow.
Is it going to be a little bit of a challenge to find where to plug him in tomorrow night?
A little bit, yeah. It will be because of the fact that the guys played a real good game. So that's going to be part of it. I mean, we're going to have to. Put people in a position, and there's going to be injuries, but right now we're healthy and everybody wants to be in. And I think if you ask any player, the guy that's sitting out will not be happy. At the same time, he will probably be committed to the group, and he'll get his chance. So where we are right now, we'll have to make a tough decision based on our personnel and go from there.
Thank you.